Moon Palace Jamaica. This is not just a 5-star resort, it's a 4-diamond resort. That's a really big deal. This is one of the most famous properties in all of Jamaica, and because of that, it's one of the most popular. It's also one of the most expensive. I said I'd do all the Palace properties. I'm keeping that promise. This is Moon Palace Jamaica.
I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Cause I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright.
Moon Palace Jamaica. Finally, this is gonna be a big one. Literally, this hotel is a monster. This is gonna be a big video. I'm a little nervous. The trip here is also a monster. It's a couple hours from Montego Bay, so strap in for that. Luckily, on the way here is one of the most famous Jamaican jerk places in the entire country. It's 15 minutes out of town. It's on the way from Montego Bay. It is a proper and authentic Jamaican jerk experience. It is a lesson in culinary, artistry, and anthropology all in one. It is in a tropical knoll. It has various tropical courtyards, it has bridges and walkways. The food is delicious. And for all of those reasons, it was a one-of-a-kind experience. So I highly recommend checking it out on the way here. As far as Moon Palace, I got here at 3 p.m. It was controlled chaos. So that's not to be, unexpected because this is one of the most popular resorts in all of Jamaica. The front desk area was well staffed. I made it through in about 20 minutes. This property is aptly named. It is indeed a palace. It feels palatial, not only in size, but its sophistication as well. Its style is modern, it's elegant, it's chic, it's sophisticated, it's polished. It's much more Miami and Vegas than it is like Punta Cana and Cancun. As far as the room, I'm in the North Tower. There are 2 towers here. This is the cheapest room available. It's the Deluxe Resort King. They list it at 350 square feet. It feels smaller than that. And at $600 a night, it certainly feels even more microscopic. The bathroom is unforgivably small. There's not even enough room to navigate in there, let alone close the door. The room itself, though, is effervescent, it's bright, it's radiant. I like the white motif and the turquoise accents. The brightest spot of the room, for sure, is the bed. Like Cozumel Palace, it's one of the best all-inclusive resort beds I've ever experienced. Like Rio, the minibar has a liquor dispenser, but this one has an uptick in style and in quality. But the minibar itself compared to Rio and every other all-inclusive resort is a bit of a letdown, not only in size, but in variety. Overall, the room is spotless, it is fresh, and it really features exquisite materials throughout, whether it's the flooring, the furniture, or the decor. It's very classy in here. Yesterday, I did nothing but order room service and rest, and order room service and rest, and then order more room service and rest. Again, like Cozumel Palace, it's some of the best all-inclusive in-room dining I've ever experienced, right on par with the elite brands. This morning I woke up and I ordered even more room service. The breakfast choices are interesting. There are like 4 Jamaican national dishes you can order. I tried a couple of them. They are unique. They are definitely fascinating. I haven't quite developed my palate for them yet, but I always like it when a hotel features some authentic local dishes. And now it's finally time to start day number 1. I'm really excited to explore this property, and I think it begins with the pool. First pool was a quiet pool. It's like the platinum pool. You need a special bracelet or access or status to actually be there. That actually might be the place to be, considering the population and size of this property. So. Not a bad place to chill. This is definitely a more lively area. I don't think that this is the only pool. I think there's another one beyond this one. I'm gonna chill here for a little bit and then we're gonna keep it moving. So after further review, definitely, obviously, more than one pool here at Moon Palace. The afternoon continues. no shortage of water here at Moon Palace Jamaica. Whether it's the ocean or the pools, there's tons of water action. So there's a lot to explore here. That is actually my regret, is leaving the main pool today to go explore the other pools, because the main pool is where it's at. Now, it's my understanding that it's an unwritten rule, it's an unspoken rule, but the main pool is kind of geared towards adults, and then the other pools are kind of geared towards families and children. It's an unwritten rule though, it's unspoken, it's not policy, it's not law, and the main pool today certainly had adults and also lots of families and kids. The main pool has walkways and bridges and coves. It has a cascading waterfall in the background. It kind of has like a wading pool area. It is classy, it is upscale. Getting a drink is not a problem. The bartenders are super fun. I had some crazy drinks out there today. And like I said, leaving the main pool was definitely my biggest flaw, because that's where I should have stayed. There is a secondary pool. It has an infinity edge. That kind of rolls down into a grotto area that's shaded. So if you want to be outside, but you don't want to bake in that Jamaican sun, you can hang out in the grotto area. There's a swim-up bar there as well. There's also a buffet behind it. And then on that ground level, there's also a kids family pool with a water slide, and then a dedicated kids water park. So like I said, lots of pool action. I wish I could have spent more time at the main pool. That's definitely where the electricity is and where the fun is. Maybe I can get back there maybe tomorrow or the next day. But as of right now, it's time for dinner. I can't wait to check out the restaurants here at Moon Palace. I'm headed down to Pier 8 for some Jamaican food and a sunset dinner. What a gorgeous day today. This might be one of the best days I've had in Jamaica. I can't wait to get down there and check out the beach. Pier 8, the dinner last night. You know, the Jamaican cuisine I just find fascinating, intriguing. I haven't fully developed my palate yet, but I hope I will. I mean, I really like the curries and the stews and stuff. It's salty. It's so salty. Like, I also ordered a Bloody Mary last night, and that combined with all that salty Jamaican food, they pretty much had to roll me into the elevator. The dinner last night was quality. It was way more than decent. It was absolutely above average. The only problem is that they did not have a couple items on the menu, and then I had to wait forever for my dessert. I waited like 15 minutes and eventually could wait no longer. Like Cozumel Palace, I eventually just had to walk out. That's a little disappointing, but I got my sugar fix one way or the other. I came up here and then I ordered some room service desserts, which were divine, decadent, sinful. So we'll talk more about the food later. I'm headed down to the beach. All right, it is 9 p.m. and I'm just getting going for the evening. The sun, the drinks, and this bed put me out for the latter part of the afternoon and early evening. I'm gonna forego dinner tonight. I just cannot do another meal. I can't do another drink either. What I'm gonna do instead is pivot. I'm off to the evening entertainment show, and tonight it is the fire show. Wow, the fire show last night, just wow. That's all I can say. I was regretting going right away. It wasn't polished, it wasn't well produced, it was not technical at all. But it was the most engaging, enchanting, enthralling fire show, maybe entertainment show I've ever been to at an all-inclusive. I sat front row and they were literally right in front of me. They worked the crowd. They moved back and forth, left to right. The ending was unbelievable. They moved everybody out of their seats. pointed them towards the pool, which was like 100 feet away. And all of a sudden they had this crazy pyrotechnic ending, the way that the sparks and flames and fireworks were reflecting and illuminating off the pool water. It was one of a kind. It was spectacular. It was unforgettable, and one of the best moments I've ever experienced at any all-inclusive, any hotel for that matter. So it's my last day here at Moon Palace, and it was raining all morning, and it was cloudy in the afternoon, but late afternoon, the sun is out. I have a couple hours, and I'm gonna take full advantage. I got no plan. I'm gonna head downstairs, and I might do some things I haven't done yet. I might relive and do some of my favorite things again, or I might just talk about some of the highlights and best things here at Moon Palace. All I know is that the sun is out, and I will not let this day go to waste. So this place definitely feels palatial. A lot more in Miami and Vegas than Punta Cana or Cancun, that is for sure. I like the modern style and design. You know, some classicalists and purists might like more of a Caribbean type of feel, but this is perfect for me. It's chic, it's cool, it feels fresh and clean. You know, it has dramatic tall ceilings, lots of cool sharp lines, atriums, glass, marble. Certainly a sophisticated place to be, stay, and walk around. So this is the lobby bar. I haven't spent a lot of time here, actually none. And that's because I've been so busy. There's been so much to do. That's a good thing. I'll probably come back here later tonight. I definitely want to check out some of the drinks and experience what the nightlife is like. What I'm really interested in right now is these views. This is the main waterfall that drips down into the big pool. And when you're down there, it doesn't look like it's accessible up here, but obviously it is. And not only is it accessible, it is gorgeous. It's refined. It's one of the few places where I have it to myself on property. The sun is perfectly right here. What a phenomenal way to take in a couple hours here in the afternoon. So this area right here has got to be probably the best area throughout the entire property. We got the coffee shop right here, which I haven't been to yet. I love the one at Cozumel Palace, so I got to get in here and check it out. Then we got a sushi place, a pizza place. I'm probably going to do all three right now. And then tonight, I got Momo right here, and then we got a piano bar next door. That coffee shop is legitimate. That coffee I had was a work of art. The amount of craft and time that went into making that latte is really appreciated and respected. You know, it's an all-inclusive. They churn and burn those every day. The gentleman had no idea I was going to tip. I really appreciate the effort he put into it. Again, it was too beautiful to drink. The Jamaican jerk chocolate was interesting. When in Rome, do as the Romans. I'll leave it at interesting. The sushi place next door, handmade sushi. For an all-inclusive in Jamaica, fresh, well done. I finished all of it. And then the pizza is maybe the best, like, just grab-and-go sliced pizza I've had in an all-inclusive. A copious amount of cheese. Probably illegal in most countries. Detroit style, which I never expected. That was a meal within itself. This is where I started and finished my first day. I got the first pool right behind me. I thought maybe it was like an exclusive or like upgraded pool, but I think everybody might have access to it. Perhaps only like the exclusive thing would be the seating. It's hard to tell. This property is laid out brilliantly, but it's labeled extremely confusingly. And then behind me is Pier 8. That's where I had my first dinner. They're also open for breakfast and for lunch. The only reason I haven't been there for breakfast is because a lot of the main signature dishes are also available for room service, for in-room dining. If that wasn't the case, I would definitely be spending more time there. It looks like they have a buffet set up there right now for lunch, and then of course for dinner we experience that. As I said, this property is laid out brilliantly, very efficiently. The pool, this restaurant, it all flows right into the beach, and this is the most exquisite part of the beach here at Moon Palace. It's the Platinum Elite part. It looks to be pretty much all cabanas. It's at the most serene and tranquil part of the property. Hardly any noise at all. Not only is it the most relaxing, It's probably also the most convenient with the restaurant and then the pool right behind it. And then the jerk hut, which was responsible for ruining my dinner. I'm not disappointed about it at all. It was well worth it. I asked for some proper jerk and they did not disappoint. They did it Sharky style, which was with barbecue and jerk sauce. There's more than one different type of meat there. They got pork, they got beef, they got fish, they got chicken. I think they got bammy bread as well. The ladies are super sweet. Lots of seating right there, or you can bring it back to your chair. When you're chilling here at the beach at Moon Palace Jamaica, that is definitely one of the spots to be. Certainly one of the spots to eat at. So the beach is small, but it's large enough. I think one thing that really maximizes the space and it speaks to the layout of this property is the sidewalk. It keeps the traffic off the beach, it keeps the traffic away from the pools. It's a nice guide around the property. It really maximizes the space on the beach. The beach looks a lot bigger than what it is from up top. When you get down here, it's thin, it's narrow, but it has bends and coves and twists and turns. There's definitely enough seating, although I will say privacy is a little bit of an issue. I finished at the Pier Bar, which is literally an overwater bar, overlooks the ocean, views of the ocean as far as the eye can see, and they are magnificent. Conveniently, there's a pizza place next door with a couple different styles of pizza. I saw a hand tossed and like a New York style. I think the setup here is brilliant. It's very intuitive. It's an extremely efficient use of space. You don't need a map to navigate it. The restaurants lead into the pools lead into the beach leads back into the entertainment area, which leads back into the building. So extremely, extremely well done here at Moon Palace in terms of the layout. So there's still a lot to do tonight, and it all begins with Momo. This place looks super cool. So that was the unexpected but much needed gym session. A legitimate proper gym, bona fide gym. Open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Typically all-inclusives cut them off early. Quality equipment in there. Olympic stuff, plyo stuff, free weight stuff, boxing stuff, cardio. Chic, elegant, spacious, contemporary, clean. Really, I can't ask much more from an all-inclusive resort gym. It was very nice. So hopefully get there in the morning and check that out again. Momo went kind of how my dinner went at Cozumel Palace. It started out the same way. It started with a hello and then here's what we don't have on the menu. That list was about 5 to 7 items long. I got a little dejected when I found out I couldn't have a couple dishes that I wanted, but overall the quality was right there with what I had at Cozumel Palace. Definitely enhanced and superior aesthetics though. The decor and the style was something straight out of Miami or Las Vegas. They put a lot of effort into the styling cues and to the decor, and I respect and appreciate that. So my night isn't over yet. We still have a couple things to do. I need to get upstairs. We're gonna change. We're gonna head to the piano bar and then the late night lounge. All right, good morning. Last night really threw a monkey wrench in my schedule for today. I'm on a hard deadline, and I never expected to experience the club here last night. Like, there's a club. From what I could see, it wasn't listed on the app, and I wasn't told about it. No one said anything about it, and I just happened to walk by Noir last night, and I love the name, Noir. And I walked in, and it was unbelievable. It was marvelous. It was spectacular. It was so much fun. For a weeknight, it was crazy fun with the DJ and the lighting and the tiered seating and the long bar at the back of the club. If you would have transplanted me here and not told me I was at an all-inclusive resort, I would have never expected to be at a Moon Palace and experience that. That was legitimate. That was crazy. That was awesome. I would love to experience that on a weekend. So I'm on a hard deadline. I have a ride coming to pick me up. I only have so many minutes left here. I think I'd be remiss if I did not go check out the breakfast buffet. And if I have to, I'll wrap up the video at a different property. But let's go check out the buffet. That seems like the most important thing to do right now. I probably should have wrapped up my video at Moon Palace. The buffet was the same as it was at Cozumel Palace. It looked larger, but I just think that's because the one at Cozumel Palace is more condensed. It was pretty much the same, and I feel the one at Moon Palace should be grander, larger, and a better experience than what I had at Cozumel Palace. So I probably should have wrapped up the video there. I'm not disappointed in the buffet, just I thought it would be bigger. After dinner and before the gym, I walked by the lobby bar and there was nobody there, so I pretty much gave up on that for the night. But then after the gym and on my way to the piano bar, I walked by the lobby bar and there were people there. So I strolled in and I stayed there longer than I expected. The pistachio martini was probably the reason for that. It was wonderfully delicious. And then after that, I went to the piano bar, which was a slice of Chicago in Ocho Rios. It was a completely closed room. The lighting was dim. The decor was very apropos. And I felt like I was transported to a different place because it had a completely different experience. When I was leaving the piano bar was when I first caught a glimpse of Noir. But I decided not to go in because I had my mind already made up on going down to Loud Bar. Now, Loud Bar has been the spot to be throughout this entire stay, and that's normally the spot to be late night at Moon Palace Jamaica. Ironically, Loud Bar was extremely quiet when I walked in, and that's because everybody was at Noir. The layout and feel at Loud Bar reminded me of the sports bar at Lopesan, though this one was smaller, more casual, and more genuine. It had multiple pool tables, TVs everywhere. I had a center stage, late hours. I could see why this is usually the prime spot. So Moon Palace Jamaica, is it worth the price? Is it indeed 5-star, 4 diamond? Is the hype real? I'm gonna give you 3 negatives and 3 positives and give you my overall rating of the property. Let's get the negatives out of the way as usual. The first one would be the location. Now, I might actually like Ocho Rios more than Montego Bay, but getting there is a pain. You can't fly directly to it, which means at best it's gonna be 90 to 120 minutes after your long flight to Jamaica. Number 2 would be size and number. And what I'm referring to is the size of the room and the number of restaurants. The base room is unforgivably small for a hotel of this status and for the price tag you're paying. And also the dining options, the formal dining options at night are lackluster and limited. Cozumel Palace, a much smaller property, has 4 dining options at night. Moon Palace has 4 dining options at night. And lastly, number 3, the property was just off. It was off kilter. Menu items were missing from both restaurants. One of the elevators was out, which was supremely aggravating. The minibar, my minibar, was never replenished once, even though I got housekeeping every single day. And although the service was overall polished and professional, I did run in to a couple of knuckleheads. It was a little inconsistent. So those are the negatives, but what about the positives? The first one would be the app. It is one of the best all-inclusive apps, if not the best. It's right there with Iberostar. You can order in-room dining and even do a DoorDash style where you can have it delivered at your door or in your room. You can make requests, you can do housekeeping, you can have things delivered, you can check out, you can get your bags moved. You can pretty much digitally navigate the entire property and not talk to anyone the entire time if you wanted to. And then lastly would just be the sheer amount of options. 4 prominent late night options: the lobby bar, the piano bar, Loud Bar, and then Noir. There were multiple pools with different styles and personalities. Though the traditional dining options were lacking, the casual food choices were plentiful. You had various pop-up buffets. There were 2 separate pizza places, all with different styles of pizza. There was a sushi station, there was a coffee shop with ice cream, crepes, sweets, treats, open all the way till midnight. There was an arcade with super cool games that I would play and play for hours. There was an evening entertainment show, a pre-evening entertainment show, an afternoon entertainment show at the pool. There was a wave pool, a calendar of daily events, and in case those got boring, there were a la carte options like catamarans and then a dolphin experience and more. So there is so much to do at Moon Palace. If you're going there for more than a few days, you're gonna be easily entertained. So Moon Palace is a fascinating one because it's 2 hours from Montego Bay. One of the elevators was out. The rooms are small. Menu items not available at both places. The mini bar wasn't replenished once, and the service was inconsistent. Even with that, I'm gonna give it a 5. I can't stay mad at Moon Palace. I tried to dwell on one of those things, and I just can't. Even if I force myself to be mad, the property is that good. It overcomes it. And it's a family hotel. It's 75% families, which is not my style at all. I would think that if you are a family and if you enjoy that environment, you're gonna like it even more than I did. And I really liked it. I loved it. I'm giving it a 5. I get the feeling that I didn't get its best. I think there's more upside, and I could be enchanted to come back. I feel with the right crowd on the right weekend, I could even have a much better stay. I had some unforgettable moments, and I am really glad I checked out the property, and I am now really excited to check out Moon Palace Cancun and eventually Moon Palace Punta Cana.
The kisses of the sun were sweet, I didn't blink, I let it in my eyes.